Hello beautiful yogis, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Maya. Today's practice is going to be a beginner level power yoga class. So if you're here for some power yoga, let's get right into it. All we're going to need is a yoga mat. So roll it out, hop on your mat. If you don't have a mat, grab a towel, a blanket, practice on some carpet. We could really make it work, guys. Just improvise here, okay? Grab a freaking mat, grab a freaking splat of carpet, grab a towel, grab a blanket, grab a rug, and let's get right into the yoga. We are going to begin today in downward facing dog. Our handy dandy, trusty downward facing dog. As you settle here, pedal your legs, bending one knee at a time. Shake your head no. Shake your head yes. Just completely relaxing. Find some stillness. Take 2 deep cycles of breath. Really pushing into the mat with your hands. Come up on your tippy toes and tippy toe it up to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Rise up, reaching your arms up overhead. Exhale them into heart center. Inhale, scoop your arms up. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk it back to your down dog. Let's go through that flow one more time. Inhale, up on your tippy toes. As you exhale, walk it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Reaching your arms up. Exhale, pull it into heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. If you can't bend all the way down here, please, please, please bend your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, find a plank pose. Chaturanga, all the way down. Or if you're like me and you cannot chaturanga all the way down, bend your knees. Begin to bend your elbows as your chest rests on the mat. Pull through for a slight upward facing dog. Still keeping a very generous bend in your elbows. And push back, downward facing dog. Take 1 deep cycle of breath. Lift your right leg up to the sky, 3-point down dog. Just enjoying the stretch through your left leg. Bend your right leg as you open up your hip and begin to take hip circles going in one direction, big circles, like you're drawing a big circle with your knee. Opposite way. And pull your knee through for a warrior 1. Your back foot should be planted at a 45-degree angle, and your front toes are facing forward. Your arms can be reached up or or they can be at your heart. Take one more cycle of breath. Reach your arms up as you pivot on your back leg. Bring your knee forward, finding a chair pose. There you go. Same thing happens here. Lift up your right leg and pull it backwards for a crescent. Pivot, finding that warrior one. So your back foot is now your right foot, and your front foot is now your left foot. One more cycle of breath. Pivot into your crescent, and find your chair. Inhale, reaching your arms up. As you exhale, pull your hands back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. Stay here or come up on your tippy toes when you reach your arms back. Inhale, reach forward, lower your heels. Exhale, lift. Last time, lower your heels, reach up. Deep inhale. Exhale, lift up your heels. Back to your chair pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Walk it back to a plank pose. Lower your knees. Lower your chest. Pull through. Upward facing dog. So straightening out your elbows if you can. Making sure that your shoulders are not hunched up here by your ears, but that you're pushing down in the mat so that you're finding that space in your neck. Take one more deep cycle of breath here. Tuck your toes and push back, downward facing dog. Take 2 cycles of breath. Left leg lifts up, 3-point down dog. Enjoy the stretch. Flex your foot, make sure that you can still see your toes. If you can't see your left toes, then your hips are not squared off. Bring them down. Bend into your left leg and take big circles one direction. Opposite way. Straighten out your leg. Pull it through, warrior one. So pivoting on that back foot, reach up. Take 2 cycles of breath here. And remember, if this is too much for your arms, you can always bring them down. Pivot on your back leg for a crescent. Big push forward into your chair pose. Hold here, begin to pulse your hips. For 3, for 2, and 1. Straighten out your legs. Let's take a quick break and right back into it. Bend your knees, reach your arms up. As you exhale, lift your hips up. Lift up your heels. Reach your hands back. Inhale, lower the heels. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Reach your arms. Exhale, lift your heels. Last one. Inhale, reaching your arms forward. Exhale them into heart center. Your right foot is going to step back for a crescent lunge. Reach up. Release your hands down to the mat. Find your plank pose. Lower your knees. Lower your chest or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, push back, child's pose. In your child's pose, try your best to take long inhales and long exhales. I know it's tempting to breathe very quickly after doing that fiery little sequence, but try your best to slow down your breath. Let's take 3 deep cycles of breath here. And you have the option to bring your knees apart if you would like to take a wide-legged child's pose. When I say 3 cycles of breath, I mean deep cycles of breath. Inhale your lungs. Fill them up. Lift up your forehead as you push yourself up into a box pose. Tuck your toes, push back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up, 3-point down dog. Pull your knee through to your chest and take a pigeon pose. The goal here is to have your front leg parallel with the front of the mat. Keyword, the goal. You certainly don't need to look that way to achieve this pose. That is just our ultimate goal. So, if you need to pull your foot in closer to your hip, no shame in that. And if you can't quite get your back leg straight, you always have the option to bend it in, just like that. Take 1 inhale here. On the exhale, lean forward, resting your forehead on your forearms, on the mat, wherever you can reach it. Take 4 cycles of breath. If you decided to keep your back leg straight, go ahead and bend it in, out to the side. Reach your arms behind you, and you're going to take windshield wipers with the knees, going side to side. Next time, meet me facing the opposite side of your mat. So now I'm facing the back of my mat. Stay here if this is the pose that you want to take, or take your full variation of pigeon pose. Reach your arms forward, inhale. Exhale, melt your chest down. 4 cycles of breath. Lift up your chest. Bend in your back leg if it's not already. And windshield wiper all the way to the front. Plant your hands down on the mat as you push back into your downward facing dog. Lift up your left leg, 3-point down dog. Hold it here. And release down to the mat. Tippy toe to the top. Forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you possibly can, all the way down until you're on your back. Tuck your knees into your chest and rock side to side. We are going to take our final posture in corpse pose. So taking this Shavasana however you would like to take it. Your knees can be bent in if you need some more support for your back. Your legs can be out straight. Whatever variation you choose, I support it. So pick what serves you best. I'm going to keep my knees bent today. Rest your hands on your belly, and let's take 5 cycles of breath here. Reach your right arm up to the sky, and with your opposite hand, pull down on your fingertips for a stretch. Stretching out your arms, your wrists, your fingers. Release, and take that stretch in the opposite direction, this time pulling down your fingertips towards your belly button. Release and switch. Now your left hand is facing to the ceiling. Opposite hand is going to pull down on those fingertips. Release, flip it. So now we're pulling down in the opposite direction. This stretch actually feels really super good. At least it does for me today. Was there any stretch that felt particularly really super good for you today? Take notice of what that stretch was. Maybe you should keep that one. Put it in your toolbox for any type of day. Release your wrist. Now both palms are facing the sky. We're going to open and close the palms. So open and close your hands as fast as you can. This is going to build a little bit of strength in your wrist. And stop. Shake it out. Tuck your knees into your chest. Roll onto whichever side for fetal pose. And when you're ready, push yourself up, finding a comfortable seated position. Thank you. I'm so grateful that you decided to join me for practice today. I love you guys so very much. I am wishing you a fantastic day, week, month, life. I'm rooting for you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe down below. I upload a new practice every single week.